Astros. I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of rules and stuff, new things. You know, they came out with a new gold uniform, like a gold jersey. A lot of people were saying like they didn't like it or whatever.
Is gold one of the colors for the Astros, or?
Yeah, I believe one of their old uniforms was gold, so I guess they're kind of bringing that back. But I mean, it's okay. I don't feel like it's one of the best uniforms they had. But I feel like they'll do good this season, this upcoming season. How many they had two World Star. They won twice, for the World Series. So yeah.
Which players do you feel contributed most to the World Series run that they made last year?
Alvarez, one of the hitters. I seen him in action, like hit home run, get him 2 points, 2 extra points. So he's definitely. And then one of their pitchers, what's his name? It kind of like sound like Alvarez too. I forgot his name.
I know that we've got Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah. So those two players healthy, yeah, I think they'll do good. I know they signed a couple new players, but they should be okay.
Was Luis Garcia, was he on the team?
Garcia, yeah.
Or is he a recent addition, or?
I think he played that last season they had. So yeah, he's kind of like a new addition, like fresh.
I'm still not completely clear on baseball's new rule change.
Yeah, that's. I know it was something with the time, like they're lowering the time because I guess it's too like baseball is too long. Like it was, so they're kind of lowering it. They're trying to find ways to lower it, basically.
What was it like the average time of a baseball game? About 4 hours, maybe.
Yeah, about 4, which is I feel like is still kind of, even if you lower it, it's still kind of long. But it's funny to me, like it's all that time and it's like 1 or 2 point game and stuff like that. Usually, if you play like basketball or football, you play it for that amount of time, you're gonna have like a crazy score, like.
Yeah, at least break 40 in the NFL and
40, right.
Definitely over 100 in the NBA.
100, yeah, probably, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think they'll do good though. This, is that your team too, or what's your team as far as baseball right now?
Because I spent some time growing up in Arizona, I am partial to the Rattlers.
Rattlers, okay.
But I'm not sure how they're doing at the moment.
Yeah. I know they had like a baseball scandal going on somewhere. I forgot which team it was. I think it was the which team was that? New York team. One of those teams. They had like a scandal going on right now. So.
Not the Yankees?
Yankees are one of those teams. They had like a scandal where one of the players. But yeah.
Was it Josh Donaldson?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, they had one of those scandals going on. But so okay, for the next season that's coming up, what's your team? Like, are you gonna stick with them, or are you think
I'm gonna root for the Astros?
Astros, yeah.
Houston hometown. I hope they're gonna go back-to-back championships.
I mean, they'll be that third one. So I mean, I feel like, but the new uniforms, I'm not really feeling those. But as far as they do have talent. The young talent at that, so I feel like it'll be good.
They'll probably only wear them a few times.
Right.
They'll probably stick with the white uniform. Or the
navy white, orange. So yeah, I think so.
And then kind of circling back to the NFC South and the NFL, I'm curious, which team are you most concerned with as like a Saints follower? Are you worried about the number 1 pick going to Carolina and then possibly getting a new quarterback? Are you worried maybe not so much about Tampa Bay now that we don't even know who's going to quarterback for them, possibly
right.
Baker Mayfield? I've heard rumors about that.
I would definitely say the Panthers because they're like they're kind of like a good team still. It's just that quarterback, they need a good quarterback in order to follow through. So I feel like that's the thing I would be worried about. Are they going to get Lamar? Are they going to get like a new fresh quarterback? Or like what's that going to be? And then also the Jets. Well, I know Aaron Rodgers, did he sign that deal with the Jets as a quarterback yet? Or
not just yet, but they're definitely talking about it, and he's probably going to end up going.
Yeah, definitely. If he doesn't stay with the Packers, that'll be the next move. Oh, what about you? Do you think the Panthers are like you concerned about, or heard like which team you think?
Well, I'm a Cowboys fan, so in the NFC East, I definitely am concerned about the Eagles, but they've lost 9 of their 11 starters on defense.
Since after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, after the Super Bowl, they've signed with other teams, so they're gonna have to figure something out.
Oh, yeah,
to
that's-
get that cohesiveness of their defense back together, because that was a major strength for them this last
Yeah,
year.
definitely major. They still got Jalen, but they need defense. Yeah, they definitely need it because they were like more of a defensive team, but they had a good offensive line as well. So, I mean, hopefully they get that right.
Who were you rooting for in the Super Bowl? I wanted the Chiefs to win.
I knew the Chiefs were gonna make it there, but I wanted the Eagles just because of how good Jalen was playing. I mean, like
Of course.
300 rushing, passing yards, almost every game. It's like, but he's still kind of, he's a first quarterback and stuff. So I mean, the fact that you can bring a team and you just getting, is big. So I feel like if they can get that team together, they can go back.
Looking at the two teams, I noticed a major difference between even the coaching philosophies. Because you have Andy Reid, he's been in the league for a long time. He's been to Super Bowls, he's won the Super Bowls. But then you've got Nick Sirianni, who's fresh out of college, and he was actually crying during the national anthem. And he said the reason was because he was just so overwhelmed with the fact that he was fresh out of college and he's made the Super Bowl so soon in his head coaching career. Now, I almost wonder, did that emotion play into them losing that Super Bowl? Was it Andy Reid, because he's more experienced, that has more time in the league?
Well, yeah, I think so. Definitely experience. But it's the fact that the game was so close. So it's like, but those little mistakes in the game, they really count, especially in the Super Bowl. So it's like the Eagles were making, and that penalty call, when he was grabbing the dude's jersey, and there was a lot of debates. They were saying, well, he just grabbed his jersey. It wasn't, but that kind of played a major part in the Eagles losing.
The pass interference.
Yeah, pass interference. What was your opinion? Like, do you feel like that was called for, like an interference, or you feel like that's like it's just a grab on the jersey, like it shouldn't have been?
I thought that was definitely questionable, and I'd be the last person to want a play to go the Eagles' way, just because they're kind of the major rival for the Cowboys.
Right. Yeah. Right. So
one of the things I noticed was after Mahomes towards the end of the second quarter, when he had re-injured his already sprained ankle.
Yeah.
The Eagles coach, Nick Sirianni, was waving Mahomes back onto the field. And what I really liked was Jalen Hurts went over and said, "Hey, coach, let's not do that."
Yeah.
Kind of put his arm and told him to stop. And that's kind of the emotion that I'm talking about that Sirianni plays with. And I wonder if that is going to be difficult for him to overcome to become a better coach.
Right? Yeah, because you gotta lose some type of. You can't have all your emotion in. Like you have to be a coach. So I mean, but they did pretty good this season. I mean, they were undefeated at least into the middle of the season. And that's amazing coming from a new quarterback, new head coach. That's a lot of potential for that team. If they can get that defense right, they'll be back. They'll definitely be back.
The NFC East in general, they had 3 teams in the playoffs too. The Eagles leading the division, and the Cowboys and Giants as wild cards.
Yeah, I was surprised. The Giants just kind of snuck in there for a second, but the Eagles came in and swooped and got them. Another team, the Jaguars, they played really good.
Especially the second half of the season.
Yeah, Lawrence, man, he was good. I don't know.
That was his second year, right?
Second year. We'll see the next season though. They might, do it what they did. But he played a major part. I mean, running, throwing, and he's new. It's like these new quarterbacks are really making a difference. Like you would be surprised. Usually the Jaguars, they're probably stop by the middle of the season and okay, they're out. But they was damn near in the division and all of that.
this last season, after the Jaguars beat the Cowboys in a really close overtime game,
Yeah.
it was a nail biter where Dak pretty much gave the game away through interceptions. It was really difficult. I actually couldn't even find access to it because it was like blacked out on TV or something.
Yeah.
So I just listened to the commentary like through a YouTube stream.
Mm-hmm. And I heard they had some new players coming on the Cowboys. So how do you feel like they'll do like on a scale of 1 to 10 next season? The Cowboys.
8. I think they're going to do pretty well.
Pretty well.
This year.
Okay.
So they just got a new running back, Ronald Jones, who's a 2-time Super Bowl winner.
Yeah. I know.
He didn't play very much with the Chiefs this last season. Sometimes he was a healthy scratch, but he brings much needed youth to the running back position where we just said goodbye to our 7-year starter, Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
And that to me still stings. I'm going to miss him as a player. I thought he was.
Is he a free agent or is he just going to a different team?
He's a free agent now. The Cowboys offered him money, but it just wasn't money he thought that he could get. So he's going to go look for a larger contract elsewhere. But the question is he going to find it?
Find that, right.
28 years old. He's on the back end of his career.
Right.
The Cowboys used him so much as like the bell cow for the offense that.
Yeah, he's not going to get that deal that he's looking for. He might get something, but it won't be that max deal though. Because he's not a new running back, not fresh. Maybe 24, if he was 24 or something like that, then he probably can get that max. But since you've been with him for so long, it's like.
He was the highest paid running back in history, though. He pocketed the most money of any running back ever. So that's definitely saying something. And considering the way the league is trending, I think he's probably going to be the last highest paid running back.
Yeah, definitely. Because, who else? I don't see anybody else getting that far yet. I haven't seen anybody,
Teams just want to draft running backs, and then when their rookie contract is up, just let them walk.
Let them go. Yeah, be free and do whatever. It's the quarterback right now that's trending. Like everybody's trying to find a good like the Texans for their backup quarterback. They were thinking Cam Newton being their backup, which it could be good, it could be bad. I don't really know though.
Well, every team needs a competent backup quarterback.
Yeah.
The Cowboys re-signed Cooper Rush, who won 4 games in a row for them, so he did pretty well. So he'll be on the team for another 2 years as a backup.
Type stuff. So I don't know. How do you feel about the Texans right now, as far as their team?
Well, they just
they got D'Amico Ryans.
That's right. That's right. As the head
coach
for the 49ers.
Yep.
I think he's going to shake things up, and they're going to have a better year this year than they did last
definitely. Because he's the 49ers went far last season. And I think the 49ers want Sean Payton right now, too. I think they were offering him a deal. So, D'Amico, he definitely will be. He's already moving stuff around, adding players. So, they're definitely playing better. Do you feel like they'll make it to the playoff? Like, at least the division, do you feel like?
I hope that they at least keep it close in the division, that they're able to keep up with the Jaguars, for example. You've got Indianapolis, and Tennessee, that they're going to be a handful this next season.
Yeah.
They're a pretty good team.
Yeah. They got their roster full. They getting stuff together, so.
The Texans did send away, was he their number 1 wide receiver in Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was one of their.
Do you remember him on the Saints? I think he had started.
Like a while back, yeah.
But then they traded him.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Saints right now, honestly. Once Drew left, it's like it kind of just went downhill from there. But, at least they got a ring under their belt, so I can't be mad. But
well, they also have a new starting quarterback, so there's reason for optimism because, when you look at the other teams in their division, there's not really anybody who sticks out as like a major contender.
Right. So they definitely will play good this next upcoming season, but it all depends, like, can they make it to the division? Can they really, do something with these other teams? But, yeah. So I'm excited to see, but yeah, I think so. You guys, we're running out of time, but before we go, what standings do we have as far as like football right now? Did you?
Right now, we're enjoying free agency, and we're just waiting on the draft. And for that to go on.
Right, which is in April, correct? I think it's April, yeah.
And I feel like, because college football, really well. And I feel like I know NFL pretty well too.
Right.
So what we could do is, put our insights together and
Yeah.
think like, well, who's going to be drafted at what position? Which team needs what? We can kind of maybe go over
do that because I know Georgia State won the recent national title.
Right.
A lot of people had a lot to say about that. They were saying the team that they were playing, who is it, TCU? Like they shouldn't have been in the game. Like they shouldn't have been. Like I really wanted to see them in Tennessee because Tennessee or Kansas, but that was an automatic like dub for them because I mean you got Georgia, which got a good defense, good offense, versus the TCU is not even a major college. That's like a varsity versus a regular team. So. But yeah, you guys, if y'all want to see that on our next episode, definitely let us know. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and stuff like that. I'm Jamiron.
I'm James.
And this is J&J Sports on UHDI Radio.
And don't forget to check out UHDI Radio on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And it'll be all the same thing, all the information. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of the evening. And we're out.